Hello and welcome to another episode of Sports and Songs Podcast. We're your hosts, Dan and Andy. It's May 30th, Andy.
Yes.
2024. We're on season 5, episode number 30. Tonight's a songs edition. We're going to review an album or two tonight and talk about a little music.
Album or two, something new for us tonight.
Yes. And so we do our album reviews on Thursday nights. That's what this is. We're going to be covering a little W.A.S.P tonight. A little W.A.S.P. And
A lot of W.A.S.P, actually.
I know there's some fans out there, including you and I both. Blackie Lawless and the gang.
Yes, they are.
And so we've covered them in the past. The thing with W.A.S.P is this. They have done two different concept rock operas, per se. One was The Crimson Idol.
Yep.
A fake fictional story Blackie Lawless came up with and did an album called it, kind of like the Who with Tommy. Yep. And now they have the second one we're going to do is The Neon God, another rock opera, another storyline. And so that'll be the one.
You're not really a fan of those, are you?
I am not. No, I don't mind.
Thinking this was kind of blew me away a little bit.
What's that? Say again. I missed it.
And when you were doing these albums, kind of blew me away because it's like, wait, this is a concept album. He doesn't like those.
Yeah. This is a concept album, and so we once again, we do them all. We do all sorts of reviews here, whether we like them or not. I think there's some very good music on this by W.A.S.P. We want to give W.A.S.P credit due, but it's mainly Blackie Lawless. This is his thing. All the lyrics, the music, I think everything's written and done by him. And this one's called The Neon God. It's so big, like you said. There's two parts. W.A.S.P, the part one, and here's part two. The albums for these concept albums look basically the same. Take a look at them. Little overlay there.
Yep.
One's a little red with the colors. One is the black and white, kind of a grayish deal. But they came out in this order. W.A.S.P 1. Part 1 was called The Rise. And so let's get into that a little bit here. And this is the 11th studio album by the American heavy metal band W.A.S.P.
Yep.
The songs in this album narrate a story about an abused orphan boy named Jesse that finds that he has the ability to read and manipulate people. The second part was released on the album called The Neon God Part 2, The Demise. So this is another separate album. And what we do for the shows here, Andy, is typically we do one album at a time. We're doing both. We're going to cover both the beginning and the end of both of these because they came out in the same year. 2004, both of these albums came out. And they're full length. They're full-length albums. They're actual studio albums. And so it's about the boy named Jesse. The thing I'm not a big fan of, Andy, is that you really have to do your homework on these concept albums. There's a lot of work. You got to read all the lyrics, put together the story, read the whole story of what it's all about, and then listen to the songs. And that's a lot of work. But this is a good album. Here's the track listing. All tracks written by Blackie Lawless, once again. This was released April 6th, 2004. It's considered heavy metal. 49 minutes and 14 seconds of just this album. Here's the track listing. Overture, 3 minutes, 33 seconds. That's just an instrumental.
Yeah.
And then it gets into Why Am I Here? Next song is Wishing Well. That's a good one. A good song, The Wishing Well. This is about how Jesse finds that he has this great luck and he's rising up. This whole album is all the good things that's happened to him. Song 4 is Sister Sadie and the Black Habits. 7 minute and 42 second song. Next song is The Rise. Another good one, but it's 2.5 minutes. Next one is Why Am I Nothing? 58 seconds. Talking about Jesse once again. Song 7 is Asylum Number 9. This would be a good one to listen to if you're a favorite of W.A.S.P. Heavy metal, speed metal here. 6 minutes, 19 seconds. And then it leads to the next song, The Red Room of the Rising Sun. Next song is What I'll Never Find. Next song is Someone to Love Me, 51 seconds. Next one is XTC Riders. And this gets into your whole, I think he's going to and attending ecstasy parties and things like that. They're XTC, the acronym Riders. Next one is Me and the Devil, 53 seconds. The Running Man, 4 minutes, 19 seconds, and then Raging Storm is what it ends with, 5 minutes. So 49 minutes, Andy, and this is just part 1 the rise,
Right.
all the good things that are happening, the parties, the ladies, all this stuff that's happening to to Jesse here. Called his nickname, was the Neon God. So he is um, a star, a music star, a celebrity is really what it is. Now the personnel here is Blackie Lawless on the vocals, Daryl Roberts lead guitar, vocals, and drums. Mike Duda, bass. Frankie Banali from Quiet Riot,
Quite right, fame.
drums. Yep, Quiet Riot fame. The late Frankie Banali does the drums, except for track number 3. That's done by Stet Howland on that. So, what's your thoughts on the first one, Andy? As far as, is this something that you owned? Is this something that you got into in 2004?
No, no, it's not. And like I said, I don't mind these concept albums. They're okay. But this one was really hard. You had to like really know your stuff before you listen to it. It kind of takes the fun out of it. That's the thing that I have trouble with concept albums.
Yep.
I want to pop around different songs. All the ballads come down, screw that. I don't want to hear it, or whatever, you want to hear it twice. You can't really do that with this. You have to listen to them in order.
Yeah,
There's a time and place for those, and you gotta be in the mood for that.
And like I said, it's tough to do that. Here's the full album. It's the hands cheering. The lead. He's the front man for a big famous rock band, and everything's going right. And like you said, it's a concept about that. So you have to do your homework. Now, keep in mind, Blackie Lawless is wild and deranged as he was for many, many years. This is after he became essentially clean and sober and a new born again Christian, and all this stuff is good. So a lot of this stuff that he's talking about in the story here are really examples of what happens, I think, in the music recording industry. How you do all you can to make ends meet, and then you get that big contract, you get the unlimited money, unlimited alcohol, drugs, and then your life spins out of control, and then you're spit up and chewed back out of the machine. I think that's what he's kind of getting at here.
Yeah.
It's kind of the whole thing we see. So that was released, Andy, in April. And so people had a chance to listen to that. April of 2004. It's 20 years old. Then September comes around. September, they released part 2. So, once again, it
wasn't like a Use Your Illusion with Guns N' Roses where they were both released at the same time. They were spread out.
Yes, and yes, correct. They were not released at the same time. They were spread out. They had time to digest the whole story and get into it. If that's your thing. It wasn't for me. I found this later and listened, downloaded both these albums and did all the homework and found out later on in life about all this. So the Demise, now another studio album, released in September, really is the 12th album by W.A.S.P. It's the second act of a 2-part rock opera about an abused and orphaned boy named Jesse who finds out that he has the ability to read and manipulate people. Here's a track listing. Never Say Die. These are some good songs here. They're all regular songs on this second disc. There's no instrumentals.
Yeah.
They're all 4-minute songs. Song 2 is Resurrector. Song 3 is The Demise. And notice here that these are all kind of downward spiral songs and premises here. The Demise. Song 4 is Clockwork Mary. Very good song. Song 5 is Tear Down the Walls. Song 6 is Come Back to Black. Song 7 is All My Life. Song 8 is Destinies to Come. Neon Dion. And that was the star's name. This Neon God, his name was Neon Dion, not to be confused with Deion Sanders, right?
Right.
And then finally it ends with a 13-minute, 39-second song called The Last Redemption. So this is a lot to digest in some of these long songs. And I know Blackie means well when he's been wanting to do this for so long, and finally, and these are all almost perfectionist songs as well.
Yeah.
They're not just quickly recorded and pushed out the door. This was I don't know if you'd call it his magna. I don't even know what the word is. This is
a really farewell song either, but yeah.
This is huge. Now, they didn't release any songs, right? There was no songs released as single. So Andy, there's no music videos, there's no songs, nothing to hear on the radio. So this is really meant for the hardcore W.A.S.P. fans. And Very interesting. Now, the personnel, basically the same,
Except
except the drummer. Stet Howland steps up and does all the drumming on this. Stet Howland. So that I
now, I
found.
think that's because Frankie went to another band, and I'm going blank on which one it is. I think he was working with someone else too.
Yeah, and this was back in 2004. So this was a big undertaking to get all this done in. I'm guessing this was 2003, 2004. By the time they released it, it was done later. But this was a big undertaking for all these songs. 14 songs on the first one, 9 songs. That's 23 recordings in
Yep.
one single year to get out. And according to Blackie Lawless, once again, you're talking about a type A perfectionist personality, and that's
Yep.
him behind the controls. So very good music. It's very respected. I don't think a lot of W.A.S.P fans know this or follow this or have gotten into it at all, is what is my only guess, is that it's not a big, added to your collection. It's
Right.
not on your top 100 music albums to buy before you die kind of a thing. But it's his magnum opus, maybe is the word I'm thinking about. It's a big, big project that is Blackie, but it's all him. The other people merely played on it, but didn't. This whole storyline, everything. So it's a very in-depth thing. What's your thoughts on the second album? Anything there that sticks out on you?
Like I said, I've heard them both just a couple of times, and it's been a while since I heard them. I kind of tried to a little bit, but a little too busy the last couple of days to freshen up for the show. But looking at them, they all kind of came back to me. They were all right. Like I said, the second one I think was better. First one, kind of you had to think, and I'm not used to thinking when I listen to W.A.S.P. You know, it's usually just rah, 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 or it's a hardcore cover of another '60s rock song.
It's usually
Like I
W.A.S.P.
don't need the doctor. It's just a nice rock cover from one of their older albums, but still. Now, were they good? Sure. If this was back in the day, would I have stood in line at Musicland overnight to get it? No.
No.
I'd have waited until my next paycheck and I had an extra $20 burning a hole in my pocket. Sure. I wouldn't have gone out, rushed to my buddy's house to hear it. When I got around to it, I saw it in the discount rack, I'd probably pick it up.
Yeah, same here. It's good stuff, but it's
Yeah.
low level. It's a deep cut, deep album for the true, true fans. And it didn't have, he did not have guest appearances by a lot of people too, which people who do big rock operas like this try to bring in other people to at least play to get
a saxophone player, keyboard player, or something. No, it was these four guys.
These guys, and it's good stuff. But it's heavy metal. It's loud. It's good W.A.S.P music. But most of W.A.S.P, like you said it best. It's basically you want to turn your brain off when you listen to W.A.S.P. Turn off your brain. Here, it's a lot of thinking. It's very intellectual, and so that's why I'd give it a thumbs down, perhaps for W.A.S.P, but a thumbs up for Blackie Lawless for his work on this. It's very very detailed. Yep. I respect it. It doesn't mean I like it, but I respect his work. Now I got a couple notes here before we move into your.
Yeah.
Let's see. You've got a thing coming up here. What I didn't know about Stet Howland, Andy, is that he grew up in Delaware, played for a great many bands along the way, and has relocated to Fort Myers, Florida, is where he lives right now. He's got a girlfriend, evidently, and family that lives in Albert Lea, Minnesota.
Local connection once again.
It's another local connection. Now, Andy, I go to Fort Myers every year for an unrelated baseball tournament, but his bar, they own a bar called Stet's Bar in Fort Myers downtown. And they do
give you money for a hat from there.
They have to do typical, the trivia night, comedy, karaoke night, but it's also a place for live bands. And they opened it in 2020 or 2022, coming out of the whole COVID pandemic. And it's known as a dive bar. They set it up kind of as a dive bar. He owns it. I don't know how often he's actually physically there, but he also lives in the area. And the drum work that he did on a recent Lita Ford album, he did all the drums, was at his studio right there in his house in Fort Myers. So another connection there. And next time I'm there, I'm going to try to get into that bar and maybe Stet will be around. Stet Howland.
I wore a 2XL.
May have to get to the gift shop there at the location, but I can't wait to see that. I didn't know once again that his connection there also to Minnesota. But let's bring up my
slideshow. Here we go. What a coincidence. W.A.S.P. on tour. Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Fillmore, November 7th.
And this is the current W.A.S.P. This is the current
Yes.
guys, right? Okay.
And, the way some of these bands have been going lately, and I'm not jinxing anybody, but you hear so many bands on tour, then they cancel, or so-and-so leaves because just times are tight, things are hard. So I wasn't going to go through the local lineup in case that does change. It is 6 months away, so you never know, 5 months away. And the opening acts always pop out. Yeah, Death Angel is one of them, but I wouldn't get too excited yet, just in case. You see a lot of these opening
Yeah.
acts coming and going.
And this is, and so what they're doing is playing the entire album front to back.
Album 1.
Album 1. I mean, this was at their premiere, all the songs at their height. This is back in what, 83, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so one thing I didn't know about the Fillmore, it's downtown Minneapolis, 2 blocks away from Target Center. It's a new building, new facility. I guess there's 10 of these Fillmore branded arenas around the nation. It started off with the one in San Francisco from the 60s and 70s, right? The Fillmore, the original. And so this is called the Fillmore, but there's 9 other ones around the nation. But this would be a great venue. I've never been there. I would like to see these guys and haven't been there. So this might be on my checklist, bucket list here for later in the year.
Arch Allies, here's their upcoming schedule of different shows. Some Southern Minnesota shows, some Iowa shows. Catch them there where you can. Decent band. Good group of people. July 13th out at Pounders in Cologne.
Oh, yes.
Hairball, you've heard of them a couple times.
Yes.
Here's our next few weeks coming up here. Goodhue, Minnesota, June 7th at Goodhue Volksfest. So there we go. That is not a typo, Dan. Heartless will be playing.
Wow.
June 1st. Carrie's in town. She's teaching down in Alabama. She's home for the summer. Get some shows in. So
yeah, get a chance to see them. It's called Heartless. It's a hardcover band. Very good lead vocals there by someone who sounds exactly like Ann Wilson for the most part.
So there we go. So that's coming up this weekend. Nordic Brew Pub. There it is. Isaiah Mueller and the boys. The trio was back at the Dodge House out in Lester Prairie this weekend. So stop on down on Friday night. Tell them Andy sent you.
And we've seen these guys
before. Give you a dirty look, but yeah.
No drummer, but he's a percussionist. Yes.
Yeah, he's got that box. Yeah, that's pretty good.
He plays something. There's no sticks there on the drums.
It's got a tambourine bell sound on some parts and everything else, cymbal sound. So it's pretty interesting to see.
Yeah.
And here's another one. Vixen. Lead singer Vixen, Lorraine Lewis. She put on the Facebook the other day. She'll be leaving the band. She's been there since 2019. So fans of the band, if you catch them or see them on tour, you might see a different lead singer coming up here soon. She's left for unknown reasons. I don't know if she's going to pop up elsewhere or what, but there you go. Just to be on the safe side for that one.
And Vixen is.
If you like them just because of her, she's not going to be there anymore. So
nice, but it's all females, right?
Yeah, Vixen was an all-female band, hair band in the 80s. Very, very talented women. Their breakout song. Side note here, because we're here to educate, Dan.
Yes,
we are here to educate. So here we go, classroom time. Vixen's breakout song, "Living on the Edge of a Broken Heart," originally written and recorded by Richard Marx.
Richard Marx.
Yes, his cover he doesn't look as good in the leather as the girls do, but yeah.
Wow.
And that's what I got, sir.
Well, very interesting. So Vixen,
helped a lot of us in the mid to late 80s.
Well, there were, it was the eye candy back then, and no one really cared about the music.
Band.
But they were good. There was a good rock band. They were all extremely physically fit. Were they?
Yep. Would I lie to you?
I didn't know that. Where are they now is the question.
They still tour around doing stuff.
I mean, the original founding members.
I do not know.
That could be a future guest.
Quit answering my calls. They quit answering my calls a few years ago.
Nice.
The letters come back.
I remember that. Very good photo shoots. You know, they were always had a good cover
Yes.
albums, album
And
covers.
talented. They were more than just eye candy. They were talented ladies doing it. So just
Now,
if you
for
do catch
folks,
them, they do sound good.
the folks that want to go see Wasp at the Fillmore, the tickets go on sale tomorrow morning. We're recording this on a Thursday night, so that's Friday, May 31st. The tickets go on sale for the Fillmore. It only holds 1,800 fans. So if you're planning on going, get your tickets that are going on sale. But that's another review of Wasp. You know, we've done a multitude of Wasp album reviews, but
Mhm.
it's different. It's got a different bite to it, and it'll take a couple times to go through to listen to it, but
Yeah.
still good music. Hats off, respect for Blackie for his work on this, and hopefully be running into Stat Howland maybe this November.
Yes. Yes.
And he did the drumming on the entire second disc in one song of the first disc.
Yep.
But like we said, the late Frankie Banali did most of it on disc number 1. So
Yes.
all right, that's all I've got. Anything else?
That is it, man.
All right, have a good week, everyone.
See ya.